Hey everybody, GamerDad here, and today we're going to be unboxing Judgement Eternal Champions, the core set from the Creature Caster Kickstarter. This is the PVC core box, so this is going to be all of the PVC plastic models instead of the resin collector's box that you can get. So you'll notice, I mean, this is a massive box. I'm actually being a little silly measuring the size of the box in the background right now. It's over 5 inches thick. It's rather heavy. It's full of goodies. Starting with a nice little surprise, some of the Judgement graphic is on the back of the 3v3 mat right out of the gun. We're finding nice goodies. So this is the 3v3 player mat that comes in the core box. Beautiful stitching around the edges. Something to make the life of these mats last very long. In a little bit I'll actually unfold the graphic to show you the back, but I mean, very detailed, very thick, high quality mat. Hidden underneath it, we'll get to all the tokens and rules in a minute. But just unfolding this out a little bit, we've got the Ista side of the mat graphics. You could see in there a second ago, you could see Saiyan, Donragar, everything like that. Now, something I wasn't expecting when I got into the book, of course, we knew we were going to get the bound rule book. What I wasn't expecting, or maybe I just didn't notice until the box was opened, you get a small summary rules overview, so a smaller little leaflet. You're still going to need the rule book for all the detailed rules, but quick little summaries here help you out with some of the gameplay. So really cool to have that added piece in there, and again, all of the artwork is just phenomenal. Several pages of the cardboard. I think there was, if I counted them, there's probably like 6 sheets, I can't remember exactly, of all of these tokens. And you actually have the ability, some of these tokens are in PVC plastic already. Some of the special active abilities of the champions from the core box, you'll get the tokens. But going through this, you know, we've got all of the effigies in cardboard. You've got the monster pits, the shrines, the soul pits, and then all of the terrain that you need in order to play any size game, any 3v3 game on a cobblestone map. There's also the little monster hex for one of the alternative gameplays that came as a stretch goal. So really excited to go through this. The tokens here on the right side in purple, those are some of the tokens that we actually have resin or PVC plastic tokens for. I'm not actually going to punch these out on the playthrough, but you know, really good detail on that print quality. We're going to go ahead and look at these characters here. The heroes and the monsters are all included. And even though PVC plastic is intended or designed to have a little bit less detail in it, the detail around these effigies and the detail around these heroes are just phenomenal. The Ista effigy, all of the effigies are only going to be in plastic. Not a lot of give in these. They're very firm, which is nice. Not a lot of warping in the pour process. These thicker pieces sometimes could warp or thin incorrectly, but they did a beautiful job with the quality control. Really looking forward to get some paint on these effigies. And then the Krognar effigy as well. Looking beautiful. Now this one was massive. It's got a nice little library hidden behind it. It's very interesting to see their take on how this is set up. But these are going to look beautiful on any size game board. We're going to get into some of these models. I'm not going to go through each and every single one of them. I think later on I might actually show a side-by-side of PVC versus resin. But, you know, Saiyan looks really good. She's tiny, those thin arms. Wonderful detail. Not a lot of detail is lost on them. You know, Brock, for example, the PVC model does not come with the mohawk, but in the resin model, you have the ability to put the mohawk on if you'd like. Subtle differences like that, just to help with the casting process in this PVC plastic. But comparing a couple, you can see the coloring of the two, but skull versus, resin versus PVC, not a lot of difference here in the quality. Once you paint them, the only thing is you assemble resin, so it's easy to do what I just did here and pop off a weapon or something like that. PVC will withstand that. They're a little bit better if you're going to do some heavy gameplay. Resin are great for hobby and everything like that, and they'll be great for gameplay as well. You just have to be a little bit more careful on some of the joints. I just really like going through all these models. They've got a good amount of weight to it. It's negligible in their difference in weight. Technically, I believe the PVC do weigh a little bit more, but that's not a huge difference. Matter of fact, once you get the paint on them, unless you know where the differences are, unless you know to look at Brock's upper arm where the braid is, and that's how you tell the PVC versus the resin, you'll never really notice the difference once these get painted up. Now all of the tokens are going to be PVC. There's no resin version of any of these to date, but these things have amazing detail. We're looking at stone grasp right now. Just a big old stone hand sticking up out of the ground. It'd be fun to paint this up like the Thing. Vampiric touch. And there's a taunt for you. Just going through all of them. So the active abilities for each of the heroes in the core set, you'll get their tokens. All of the other items that would warrant tokens, such as souls and I don't know if Fate has a token, but soul tokens and all of the other status effects, you can get the token pack if you backed it in the Kickstarter. You might have already backed a pledge level that includes that, and those will be in the second wave. I just like digging through all of these. I eventually will unbag all of these and leave them in a pile in the bottom. But, looking at some of Kogan's abilities. That was Blizzard. That's Bulwark. And then there's Piper's duplicate self. Just really cool creative stuff. The tokens do have a nice theme to match exactly what they're intended for. And then underneath the Krognar effigy are going to be the sliders that you can attach to your Krognar or Ishta cards and mark health. They're the health markers. That should make it really easy to track health on some games. Or you can just sleeve them in clear plastic, sleeve the cards in the clear plastic, and use dry erase if you really want to. But of course you have your two sets of Judgment dice, just the black or the white, which is standard, as well as your D6. Your artifact cards, so you can use the KDM sleeves. I'm actually going to link where I got the sleeves from in the description below, as well as the sleeves I used for the hero cards, monster cards, and I also found a nice spot for the effigy cards. So they used standard dimensions for all of the different cards, so you didn't have to get any kind of custom thing, and it works really, really well. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every single one of the cards here, but you get, of course, the double-sided effigy cards, so you know what your heroes are on one side. For those of you who have been playing in the Vassal leagues, just like they have there, double-sided. And it's really easy to close this back up. If you've got the collector's edition, this little gap where you have the big step over the effigy, but then the blank space where I'm putting the hero plastic now, that hero piece is removed, and you just have the bags for resin there to store all of those models. So it goes together really, really easy. This is not one of those games where once you open it, it's awkward to put back together. You know, you fold up the mat. I'm likely going to leave the game mat out of the box going forward and roll it up, just so I don't have any creases or worry about folding it up. I like to roll all of my game mats. But even with putting the game mat back in this way, it's not one of those where the box doesn't always close right back up. It's very easy to put back together, very meticulously organized in how to put this box together. And that's it. That is the Judgement core set unboxing. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel, and I will see you on the battlefield.